In a bright, sunny forest, where flowers bloomed in every color and butterflies danced in the air, lived a little rabbit named Pip. Pip had big, furious eyes, long, floppy ears, and a twitchy nose that was always sniffing for adventure. One beautiful morning, as the sunbeams peeked through the leaves of the tall green trees, Pip was hopping along a winding path near a sparkling river. Birds were singing their cheerful morning songs, and the whole forest felt alive and happy. Pip loved mornings like this. He hopped and skipped, greeting the buzzing bees and waving at the ladybugs. He decided to explore a part of the forest he had never been to before, just beyond the big oak tree. The air was sweet with the smell of pine and damp earth. Every step was a new discovery, a new sight, a new sound in this wonderful, magical place. As Pip ventured further, he saw something unusual nestled at the base of a giant, mossy tree. It was a beautiful woven basket, and peeking out from the top were the bright orange tips of delicious-looking carrots. Pip's eyes widened. Carrots. His absolute favorite treat in the whole world. He looked around. Who could have left them here? There was no one in sight. The forest was quiet, except for the gentle rustling of leaves. He sniffed the air. The carrots smelled so fresh and sweet. His tummy rumbled just thinking about their crunchy goodness. He hopped closer, his little heart thumping with excitement. The basket was filled to the brim with the biggest, crunchiest carrots he had ever seen. "Wow," he whispered to himself, his whiskers twitching. "These look amazing." He couldn't believe his luck. It felt like a dream come true. A little voice inside Pip's head wondered if they belonged to someone, but the temptation was too strong. Maybe they're a gift from the forest, he thought hopefully. Without thinking another moment, he grabbed the basket. It was a bit heavy, but he managed to drag it behind a large, leafy bush. He pulled out a carrot and took a big bite. Crunch! It was even more delicious than he had imagined. Sweet and juicy, it was the perfect morning snack. He ate another, and then another, until his little tummy was full and happy. He decided to hide the rest of the carrots in his burrow to enjoy later. He carefully covered the basket with leaves and twigs, making sure it was completely hidden from view. Then, feeling a little sneaky but mostly excited, he hopped back towards the main path, trying to look as normal as possible. Later that day, Pip saw his friends, Squeaky the squirrel and Willow the deer, by the riverbank. They looked very worried. Squeaky was chattering nervously, his fluffy tail twitching back and forth, and Willow was looking around with her big, gentle eyes, a sad expression on her face. "What's wrong?" Pip asked, trying to sound casual, even though his heart started to beat a little faster. Willow looked at him with concern. "Oh, Pip," she said softly. "It's our friend, Sheldon, the turtle. He was gathering carrots this morning for a big friendship feast we were all planning. He left his basket by the old mossy tree for just a moment to help a baby bird, and when he came back, it was gone. Squeaky added all the carrots for our party. Gone. We've been searching everywhere for them." Pip's ears drooped. A cold, heavy feeling settled in his stomach, a feeling that had nothing to do with eating too many carrots. the friendship feast. He had forgotten all about it. Those carrots weren't a magical gift from the forest. They belonged to his friends. He had taken them. He looked at Willow's sad face and Squeaky's worried chatter, and guilt washed over him. He wanted to say something, to confess right then and there, but the words got stuck in his throat. He just mumbled, "Oh, that's terrible. I hope you find them," and quickly hopped away, leaving his friends to continue their search. He couldn't bear to look them in the eyes. All afternoon, Pip couldn't relax. He went back to his burrow, but the hidden basket of carrots didn't look exciting anymore. It just made him feel worse. He tried to play his favorite game of leaping over mushrooms, but it wasn't fun. He sat by the river, but the sparkling water didn't make him feel happy. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw his friends' disappointed faces. The secret felt like a heavy in his chest. He knew what he had done was wrong. Hiding the truth was making him feel lonely and miserable. He wasn't the happy, cheerful rabbit he usually was. He was a rabbit with a big, uncomfortable secret. He sighed a long, sad sigh. The beautiful, sunny forest suddenly felt grey and gloomy. As evening began to fall, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, Pip saw Professor Hoot, the wise old owl, perched on a branch above him. Professor Hoot had seen everything with his big, all-knowing eyes. He looked down at Pip, not with anger, but with a gentle, understanding gaze. "A heavy heart makes for a difficult journey, little one," the owl hooted softly. Pip looked up, tears welling in his eyes. He knew the owl was right. He couldn't carry this secret any more. I took them. "Professor Hoot," Pip confessed in a small voice. "I took the carrots. I didn't know they were for the friendship feast. I was going to tell them, but I was scared." Professor Hoot blinked slowly. "Being honest can be difficult, Pip, but it is the only way to make your heart light again. Your friends value your honesty more than any basket of carrots." Taking a deep, shaky breath, Pip knew what he had to do. He gathered all his courage and went to find his friends. He found them near the river, still looking sad. Willow, Squeaky, and Sheldon the turtle were sitting together, their party plans ruined. Pip walked up to them, his head hanging low. "I have something to tell you," he began, his voice trembling. "I was the one who took the basket of carrots." He explained how he had found them and thought they were a lucky find, and how terrible he felt when he learned the truth. "I am so sorry," he finished, a tear rolling down his fuzzy cheek. "I was wrong to take them, and I was wrong to hide the truth from you. I've been miserable all day because of it." He went to his burrow and brought back the basket, placing it in front of them. For a moment, everyone was silent. Pip held his breath, fearing they would be angry and never want to be his friend again. But then Sheldon the turtle gave him a slow, kind smile. "Thank you for telling the truth, Pip," he said gently. Willow nuzzled his shoulder. "We were sad about the carrots, but we were more worried that something bad had happened. We're glad you're okay, and we're glad you were honest with us." Squeaky scampered onto his shoulder and gave his ear a friendly pat. Everyone makes mistakes, Pip. The important thing is that you told the truth. A huge wave of relief washed over Pip. His friends weren't angry. They forgave him. The heavy stone in his chest disappeared, replaced by a warm, happy feeling. Professor Hoot, watching from his branch, smiled and nodded proudly. With the truth out and forgiveness shared, the forest felt bright and cheerful once more. The friends decided to still have their friendship feast. They all worked together to wash the carrots and prepare the celebration. Pip, feeling happier than he had all day, helped set out plates made of large leaves. The sun set and the fireflies came out to light up their party. They all shared the carrots, laughing and telling stories. The carrots tasted even better now that they were being shared among friends. Pip learned a very important lesson that day. It wasn't about the carrots, but about being truthful and kind to the people you care about. From that day on, Pip, Willow, Squeaky, and Sheldon were closer friends than ever, always playing together happily in their beautiful forest home. And they all remembered the wise lesson of the day. Honesty is always the best policy. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories.